Hello everyone, I'm Force McFreelava, and this is Mayan Speedplay number 36. We left off at war with 3 countries in 3 major wars, basically, as we managed to, 1, fight off the French, the revolutionary French. We are occupying Ethiopia, not revolutionary or anything, just regular Ethiopia, and we are also in a war against Malaya. Now, we've got only a couple years left before the end of the series, which is not very much time whatsoever. So the first and foremost thing we're going to do is just try to end these wars in a way that, 1, is sustainable, and 2, gets us what we want, obviously enough. Now, we managed to siege out that one northern province pretty quickly, that's pretty nice, and there are rebels just going all around and about, which is not quite so nice, honestly. That being said, we do have a considerable military presence just in general. It's all kind of tied up for the moment, however, it'll just be tied up for the moment. Once we get everything resolved, for instance, we just managed to finish the last siege in Ethiopia, we go ahead and transfer control of all of these provinces to our vassal. We won't get any sort of bonuses towards their liberty desire, which is a bit unfortunate because it is a bit high. That being said, we will make them considerably stronger and also give them more territories to turn into Mayan areas. We also go ahead and just make them turn down all of these old cores until we get to 100% war score. And there we go. So Medri Bahri is now significantly stronger. We go ahead and just look around a bit to see where the disposition, or what the dispositions are of all the French forces and whatnot. And there are quite a few. And so we go ahead, we manage to finish that siege. I see if we can get all these areas in the, basically just Terre Austrielle and all that, and maybe a little bit of French Malaya. It looks as though we can get all of that, and they are finally sieging back their capital, so we go ahead and just accept that as our demands. We could have definitely pressed forward even further, although with them unsieging their capital and just honestly the general trend of the war, what with them sending small forces from all of their islands, it would just be tedious and not really get us anything, whereas we are also fighting off rebellions. And quite frankly, I think that it's more important that we fight off these rebellions so that once we do stop giving control over, once we stop having control over our country and go forward to have a time lapse, we're going to really appreciate the effort for stability rather than just blatant expansionism. Alright, so that all said and done, we are going to try to just siege out Malaya as quickly and successfully as we can, which entails really just dropping tons and tons of troops on their countryside. Now, whether or not this is really going to work out remains to be seen. We also get some Brazilian separatists, as we are always wont to do. Although, ultimately, we are doing fairly well. We just did decently against that army, probably destroying it. I'm not sure if it even showed up, because it was so quick. We also have to deal with all of these rebellions against the Greeks and the Tunisians and just all over. We see what war score it would take to just fully annex Malaya, and it takes less than 100%, so we go ahead and get ready for that inevitable future. So our forces go ahead and just spread out across all the territories that we can spread into. There's their army. We didn't sack wipe it just yet. There we go. It's just destroyed. So, sorry for building that up, if I did at all, because it was not very much of anything. But that's really the Malayans' fault. We realize that there is a fort up in the very far north, which is a little unfortunate. All we really need is this island. There are rebels, just rebellions going on throughout. We are sending more and more forces just to destroy what's left of Malayan resistance. And honestly, hopefully it'll go decently well. Over here we see there is one last group of nationalist rebels for the Greeks, one last Tunisian rebels, and we go ahead and just smash them and go unsiege all of those provinces. Alright, so that all said and done, we do manage to finish that one siege. We do go ahead and send a bit of our combat navy over to just smash their navy as best we can. And from there, we're just going to pick up our forces. You'll notice that I have really let our colonies slide. We were at something like 10 colonies, now we're just down to 5. The idea being that the AI tends to just stay within its colonial limit, and if we were to just keep sending more and more colonists out, the AI would just abandon those in an effort to save money, which, while understandable, would not suit our long-term interests, so it's better to just stop colonizing beyond our limit right now. That being said, I don't think we're actually going to finish one of these 5 colonies, so it's quite likely that the AI will abandon it. I'm saying all this while we just siege out Malaya. We did go ahead and just assault that siege, which is why our armies are now so undermanned. Luckily, all of our infantry is still mercenaries, because that is just the best way for us to go about this. We also managed to get all these guys on a boat. We'll send them vaguely over in the direction of Greece. Hopefully go smash this last Malayan army, and with that bring the war to a close and just probably annex them, honestly. And there we go. So we have annexed Malaya. We go ahead and just add all of these territories to our trade provinces. We go ahead and make them core. We are significantly overextended, which I don't believe the AI would really be able to deal with. And that being said, that means we'll probably just give this smaller island over to a protectorate. As sad as I am to raise and then lower the Mayan flag over an area, it is probably for the best for our nation that we just go ahead and give this territory up. I check and see if there's maybe Ashe or another place that we can give up. It looks like this is going to be the best one, though. And it's really going to just take this whole island from us, which is, of course, terribly sad. But it is still a protectorate, so it's not the biggest loss. Besides, it was already at 75% autonomy, so who's really to say? At any rate, we go ahead and placate local nobility or whatever in Medri Bahri, and now all of our vassals are more or less accepting of us. And that's really just how we draw the series to a close. We've got quite a bit going on. We just ally Muscovy because we can. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We will probably be going into Hearts of Iron 4 in the near future. Have a great day.